let's move on to that person who's helping Daniel Jones, because this one actually is the most clear cut number one. There's not much of a difference. Like if you look at the difference between Dak and Josh Allen, and then you look at the difference between the running backs, it's like Jonathan Taylor, and then there's like a cluster between like Jahmyr Gibbs, Travis Etienne, Javonte Williams is even in the top 10, J.K. Dobbins in the top 10, but it's not like Jonathan Taylor cluster. Like it's just much more spread out, but no one's doing more to help his team. If you talk about the rushing yards that he's earned after contact, which is something that he has a bit more control over. Before contact can sometimes be on your O-line. It gets muddied there. He does have a good O-line. He is getting up to full speed. He's in clutch situations, meaning in situations with high leverage where there could be turning points in the game. And we go back and I ask coaches to double check my high leverage situations. That's what the plan has been, and he's delivered. Even in that Rams game where he only had 76 yards, if you remember what was called back on not his play, but someone else's play penalty, they were turning to him in a very clutch, important situation, which shows some things about where even his own team holds him in high regard. But the fact that you are seeing Daniel Jones be in third and short more than any other person in the league, that is thanks to Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, I think Jonathan Taylor's playing the best running back position in football right now. The Colts are probably the biggest surprise team this year. Obviously, Daniel Jones is having a breakout year, but Jonathan Taylor is the best player on that offense. And the tight end's good too. But Jonathan Taylor is the best player on that offense. He's leading the league in rushing, leading the league in carries, leading the league in usage. He's got a high usage. I mean, they're going through Jonathan Taylor. How long can he sustain that is always the question about a running back's durability. But he's clearly came out here in every form of the category and looks like last year's Saquon in terms of just changing a team quickly with his usage. I think most people would draft Jahmyr Gibbs if they're starting a franchise over Jonathan Taylor, right? But I feel as if Jonathan Taylor right now, for what the Colts have been, surprising everybody, he has been dominant. Obviously, Jahmyr Gibbs has a lot more help around him than what Jonathan Taylor has, but when he's healthy, he's been that guy in this league, and he's been that guy this year for sure. And I think he's earning a lot of stripes in this league of kind of looking like a old school, like LaDainian Tomlinson days where you're just getting the ball every single play and you're still making it happen.
Hey guys, we need your help. We've noticed not all of you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, so subscribe today.
Subscribe, hit that button.
I was a little surprised. Like, I think ahead of the season, if you would have told me Travis Etienne would appear so high on this list come 5 weeks, I would have been a little bit surprised based on some of what we've seen of him in the past. But perhaps the Liam Cohen factor for figuring out running backs, like he made Bucky Irving into the guy there's some magic there with Liam Cohen and figuring out what to do with running backs. But Travis Etienne, I mean, we're just coming off of the Jags beating the Chiefs, and that was a surprise victory, even though they were at home and had the better record. It's still probably, I think people would, I mean, the Chiefs were favored, so we're not the only ones.
That's a huge surprise.
Yeah.
Just the history of Jacksonville, big game, right. Patrick Mahomes, Monday Night Football, primetime Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, in the position they're in, they really want that game. It's not like this is like, oh, well, we're favored and we have a better record. And like you're playing a guy in primetime. You're playing a LeBron James-this figure, could be a Michael Jordan of the sport type of GOAT debate in primetime. He is not going out there trying to lose that game. There was a lot of calls that didn't go the Jags' way, that they still found a way to win. Mm-hmm. So to me, that's a massive, massive win for the Jags. And Liam Cohen is a little running back whisperer. What he did with the Bucs running back room last year. And by the way, if you talk to people that play about the Rams, it all starts with their run scheme and how the receivers block and the condensed formation. We all talk about how difficult it is for them in the run game and how complicated that is. And Liam Cohen has brought that to Jacksonville, and it's instant, immediate. Oh, Travis Etienne, a top 3 back in the league. What do you know? I mean, obviously it's the coaching and the scheme and the strategy.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know if anyone would have had that, just because we've seen Travis Etienne in a former iteration of the Jags not be this effective or efficient, but Travis Etienne, like, well done. Duval, I couldn't help it. But I also Javonte Williams appearing in the top 10 along with J.K. Dobbins. Those were some surprises as well. I think kind of for two different reasons. One, Javonte Williams was cast off by the Broncos. So for the Cowboys to be able to recharge his kind of value in such a way, that's great on the Cowboys. It's great for Javonte Williams. And then J.K. Dobbins has just been this picture of consistency where the Broncos have been looking for that consistency. And then they draft RJ Harvey. Everyone's like, oh, J.K. Dobbins, whatever. And now, like, so I just really, I don't know, kind of impressed that those guys who were not guys who I would have initially put in this top 10 are already trending in that way through 5 games.
Yeah, I played both those guys a few years ago when they were younger, and they both had juice. Like J.K. Dobbins can run the rock. It's injuries for both of them
Yep.
that kind of derailed the early part of their career. And you're a running back, and you get hurt your knee, and this and that. You need another runner in there, and now you're not running the same after a year. You saw it took Saquon Barkley like 2 years to kind of come back off that ACL. So I just think that's all it is. But you can tell those guys can play. Javonte Williams came out of college with some juice. Like, oh, this guy's a really good runner. He's going to do really good things. I played against him. He can move. He can spin. He's tough to tackle. Like, a guy can play. The name of the game is durability. How long can you play your style? And then you get hurt. It's only a matter of time till you get hurt. Does it affect how you play? And a lot of young runners get an injury early in their career. They get casted off. Oh, they're not a good back. Who's the new hottest back to get? But those guys can play. And now that they've been healthy in a scheme that's allowing them to play, because, again, they have to call your number. You can be in some offenses, like we talk about basketball, where you get 6 shots. You be in other systems where you get 20. A lot of that matters. You can be in a system where you get 20 shots, but your team don't win no games. So what are you looking for? I think those guys are in good systems where they're believed in, they're getting some volume, and with that volume, they're producing. But there's a lot of guys in the league. Let me make this clear. There's a lot of guys in the league that can produce at a Pro Bowl level. They don't get the volume. The team doesn't go around them. They don't get the opportunity. And a lot of young guys don't understand that. They want the opportunity, but the system's not built for you. You play in Minnesota, you ain't getting a bulk share of the targets. I'm sorry, that's going to Jettas. You got to go block for a couple years, then you'll get your targets. That's how the league works. A lot of young guys don't understand that.